Why does everyone call fantasy anime isekai trash? That's because a lot of it is, in my opinion. But it's okay. Not all anime or not all entertainment is meant to be like compelling and making me think, right? Some of it is just pure brain rot. You just sit there and you're like brainlessly watching it, right? But when I watch anime personally, I like to feel things. So, if I'm watching another generic anime where someone gets reincarnated into an inanimate object like a spoon, and you have to watch them somehow scale their leveling and survive in this fantasy world, all of which look and feel the same. I'm not even joking. It's always like I spawn in a random forest. There's a goblin or a slime that attacks me. I kill it. I reach a new level. And then I get an overpowered cheat skill that lets me increase my ranking better than everyone else in this world for some reason. And then every other side character is just meant to build me up and be in awe of this main character that is seemingly amazing. Listen, I get it. It's a self-insert. A lot of people who watch like power scaling isekai OPMCs like to see themselves in the shoes of that main character, being admired by all the characters in the fantasy isekai. But they pump out so many of these series actually that it's really hard to tell them from apart from each other. There's dozens of these anime shows that come out every single season. There's hundreds of these manga that come out every single month in Japan. And then there's just probably like thousands and thousands of these light novels because anyone can self-publish them. Not all of it is trash though, obviously. Free Rent is not even isekai, but it is a fantasy anime, and that's one that feels unique. A lot of the classic ones, even Sword Art Online in my opinion, was pretty good. But for the very few good isekai anime, in my opinion, there's like at least like 20 or 30 that are bad. And I'm never walking away from any of these series like contemplating my life or my existence or even having a single new thought. It's usually like I walk away from that anime like, I feel like I've seen that anime before. It feels the same as XYZ. Sometimes it's so bad that literally the main characters all have the same haircut and they all look so generic that I can't even tell any of them apart from each other. So you might be watching like 4 or 5 different anime series, all of them like about the same thing and all of them looking the same. So it's like I can't even tell them apart, literally. And it's not just fantasy isekai anime that do this. It's the manga, but it's also the Korean webtoons. They also do this, and it's really hard to tell any of them apart from each other. Let me know in the comments if you are an avid consumer of this medium. If you are, do you remember every single thing that you're reading? If not, then it's probably brain rot, and that's okay if you like to read things for brain rot and consume things for brain rot. But in my opinion, like, let's just admit it. You know what I mean? Let's just admit it. Let's just admit it. This sounds like such a hateful video. I don't hate isekai, guys. There's just a lot of bad ones, and I think they need to make less of it and focus more on quality stories. I mean, I literally created an isekai fantasy series, and the main character is an inventor goblin. Already, that is like in the top 1% of isekai in terms of like innovation, just from that one sentence alone. There's a lot more stuff that we do with it that makes it feel different, but like that's an example.